Hello everyone and welcome to Bronyville. This is Bronyville episode 70 for real, recorded on September 1st, 2012. I'm your host, Apple Cider. Hello everyone in the stream, joining us over at justin.tv/Bronyville podcast. Hello everyone listening to us on your mobile devices on the website over at bronyvillepodcast.com, or if you grab this off of iTunes, however you wish to receive these episodes. Welcome. As always, I have my awesome co-host, Chef Sandy. Hello, Chefers.
Hello.
How are you doing today, sir?
It's been an interesting day.
Has it?
Yes.
Explain to me. How has your day been?
I was supposed to be at Anime Fest this weekend. I was planning on doing something crazy, waking up at like 7 o'clock, being at the train station by 8 so I could be down there in time for a couple of panels before I had to come home, do the show, and then go back. It's like a 40-minute train ride either way. And I was like, forget that. I'm going to sleep in. And so I did. So I slept in and played some Vidya, and now I'm doing this.
Yeah, that sounds good. And it's always an off week when you're not here with me, Sandy.
Yep. Then I'm going to go to the con later today.
Okay, that works. All right, so you're doing the animus and anything of interest over there. I'm sure there'll be plenty of pony stuff. Every con cannot exist without pony swag now.
Well, actually, there has been some pretty decent cosplay that I've seen. I've been posting them to my Twitter account. To those of you listening to it on Wednesday, you're going to have to go back a few days. Just check my recent photos. And there's been people selling some plush and some people selling the little hood, the little fleece hats with cutie marks on them and really expensive plush. There was somebody selling the San Diego Comic-Con derby for $100.
Pony. So just lots of people just hanging around in the costumes, and then one derpy just sitting there being like, buy me.
It was the first day, and the con's not that big. It's only about 8,000.
Mm-hmm. Only about 8,000.
Compared to A-Con, which broke 20K this year, It's fairly small. And it's in the same space, so everything seems way spaced out.
Oh, okay. All right, that works. All right, well, we have a show for us. We do have two guests with us this week, and we will go ahead and introduce them first. First, I'll go ahead and start off just by the first one mentioned here on the list, Game Buddy. Hello.
Hello.
How are you doing, sir?
I am doing fine.
Excellent. And you have your friend Cyberlink here.
Hooray!
Hey, Cyberlink, how are you, sir?
Doing pretty good, aside from only getting one channel of audio and the PlayStation All-Star servers being down. But other than that, pretty good day.
Oh, hopefully it'll be back up by the time we get back into it. Is that actually out now? Or is that just in beta practice something?
I got an invite to the private beta. I've been liking it so far.
Oh, okay. A little Smash Brothers with all the PlayStation characters and all.
It's Smash Brothers-y, but it's very different. I think that it's going to have a lot of life if people catch on.
Okay, cool. So, what do you two do? Why have we been graced with your wondrous presence here on the show?
We are the co-creators of Camaraderie Supernatural parody series. I guess you could call it an abridged series, but whatever floats your boat.
Mm-hmm. And that's just part of an entire collection of series. It sounds like you guys do. Give us some examples of some of the other series you two have done in the past.
Well, the only other big series we do is Sonic F, which is our loving parody of the Sonic X anime. And basically, Camaraderie Supernatural started out as an April Fool's joke, where we put that up instead of the next episode of Sonic F. And it just ended up catching on, and we decided, you know what, we had so much fun making this. People really seem to like it, so we're just going to keep doing that as well as the original one. So,
all right, cool. Yeah, it was just kind of like a funny little troll. Well, maybe not even troll, but just a little side thing, and just oh, damn.
Yeah, people kind of liked it. Trolly.
It did a little trolly. Well, it sounds like your series itself can be a little trolly just for funs. Just for little kicks. All right, well, cool. We have both of you two on, and we'll definitely talk about the series and how you both go ahead and generate that. I've known about the Camaraderie Supernatural for a very long time. It actually was the first of kind of the series manipulation shows that were kind of out there. And I remember that like way back when we first kind of started up the show. It's just like, oh, cool. There's somebody who made a modification of the show and just, redubbed it and did silliness with it. So,
Yep.
Very, very cool. Okay. So what we should do, we've got you two on. We of course have two questions that we have to ask every single person that enters this show. We cannot move forward at all, not one little bit, until these two questions are answered. And Game Buddy, you have not completed one of these on the dock, so you are on the hook first. Game Buddy, I have to know, what is your favorite character?
Favorite character is Applejack.
There's been an influx of Applejack fans as of late, I've noticed.
And I was going to take you guys to task, but I peeked at the doc and somebody did it all for me in one of the letters. So I'll just say Applejack is my favorite pony.
Okay, I've not looked at the email, so I guess we're going to get some a little bit later. All right, so we need to have that favorite episode. It is not linked in the doc yet, so you're going to have to make a gut decision right now.
I actually discussed this with my baby sister who watches the show with me, and I just could not narrow it down. So I'll just say the last one that I watched and really liked, Ponyville Confidential.
Okay, let's see.
I like that one.
Ponyville.
I like how it pretty much has a good moment with about every major character on the show.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I like the CMCs too.
No, CMCs are great. Yeah. Okay. Excellent. Cyberlink, I gotta have those two same questions from you. Favorite character?
I like Ponyta.
Okay.
No,
I don't know if that.
I like Twilight. I think Twilight's probably best pony in my opinion.
Of course. I'll agree with that. That sounds completely legitimate to me.
Yeah, she just always really struck me as like one of the most interesting from a character and development perspective. Just one of the characters who really seemed to be the most fleshed out among the main six and all the ancillary characters. And it just really caught on with me,
Mm-hmm. Okay, and favorite episode?
Favorite episode is definitely Lesson Zero, just because that was one of that episodes that really hit home when it first aired, because at the time when it first released, I was in the middle of doing episode 7 of Sonic F and episode 2.5 of Camaraderie. And I was pretty much losing my mind because I basically had a month left and only half a script. So I was panicking because I was worried that we wouldn't have it ready in time for Youmacon, which was coming up very, very shortly. And that episode aired, and that's just sort of like, okay, clearly now the show knows my problems and it's preaching right to me. I'm a little disturbed. I should probably get some sleep, come back with a fresh mind. Maybe I'll come up with something new tomorrow. And thankfully after that, things started flowing smoothly again. But just that moment of, oh my God, they're talking directly to me. This is frightening. That sort of pushed it over the edge for me.
Yeah, Vigio's giving a little bit of task there. He says, Vigio, or Lesson Zero, the poor man's party of one.
I didn't lose my mind quite that much.
Yeah.
It's up there.
No, Lesson Zero is actually a great introduction episode.
That's true.
If like somebody, it'd probably be the one if I had somebody who'd never seen the show and was genuinely open, I'd probably tell them to watch that one, because it does probably a more succinct job than the pilot episodes of introducing all the characters and the relationships, and gives Twilight, explains what she does, and
I think it's more in tone with the rest of the series than the pilot is as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can kind of agree to that. If it's kind of hard to say, go back and watch the Nightmare Moon, that whole character arc, or even worse, hey, go watch the Discord series and figure out what's going on here. Just like, wait, what? Huh? This series is
what
weird.
Are you doing here?
This is very odd. Okay, so that sounds perfectly cool. Good to have those two answers. So we will be talking with you, and you guys can definitely jump in on the news, and you guys got fics, which is awesome because it's so hard to find guests that actually read some fic. But first, we got some good stuff that we need to go ahead and tell all of our fans and those listening right now. I need to have some sponsor and some donation talk from Chef Sandy.
All right, so we have our fantastic sponsor, We Love Fine. They're the guys that do the My Little Pony shirts that are licensed and official and are generally high quality. I finally noticed today that I have like 5 of them.
I have like 6. It's
And
pretty ridiculous.
It's like, when did I wear all of these? Wow.
Just came back from Everfree Northwest. It's just like, how did you all get in my bag? Yeah, let's see. They've got some new stuff coming out. They've got a massive vinyl scratch shirt that they just released.
The new Fluttershy Nouveau all over.
Nouveau'd all over the place. New Fluttershy bag. They have a lot of Fluttershy, actually. Some Twilightlicious material. So that is out there. A little Rainbow Dash with the Pop-Tart on her.
I thought that was really quite funny.
Oh, I'm getting that one for
She seems
mine.
very unimpressed that she is not Neon Dash.
Listed as Pastry Dash.
So
That
I
one
really
is
like
adorable.
this Night Sky. That's really cool. It's a giant vinyl scratch all over a shirt.
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, it's literally one of the just 100% scratch. Just like, yeah, that is a massive shirt. And I have to wonder, yeah, it's even got the back. It's just completely done up. I wonder if we'll see more of those. And there's only 6 left in stock. Oh no!
Oh, actually, now it says 5.
Oh no! Even worse.
Quick, guys, buy all the shirts.
Hold on, I gotta refresh. 6 left in stock. 5. We're gonna keep hitting the button. 4. No. All right, well, that's cool. That is We Love Fine. They're awesome friends of ours and sponsors. And
Use
as
our
said,
coupon Bronyville 10.
Yep.
Save 10%. Also, the latest design contest winners have been chosen, so that's cool. The winning shirts are all very nice. I really like the Fluttershy one. I like just the artistic design featuring Pony.
mm-hmm. Yes.
It's Fluttershy in front of the tree. The Rainbow Dash one is really amazing, and the Twilight one for science is really cute as well.
Yes. Yeah. Very, very cool.
Tons of ways to show your pony love with a really cool looking shirt.
Send them all of your money. Maybe not all of it, but a considerable amount. They're awesome. They are We Love Fine. Also, we have some information out here.
Yes, as we are accepting sponsors at this time. How are we going to do this, AC?
So I just want to this is just a little update. If you are interested in, we've had some people in the past that just like, hey, we'd like to have a sponsorship, and since we do have some openings, if you are a convention, if you do have if you do something within the community, or you want to go ahead and talk about your whatever you'd like to go ahead and sponsor, we do have our sponsor section of the show, and we do praise you. We have kind of 2 different versions where we can just talk about you on the show, or we could add a banner to our site that gets a few thousand, views and several hundred clicks each month. So we can definitely go and facilitate that if you wish to. And of course, being a sponsor, you can also help us out and give us a little bit of extra funding so that we can get new equipment and further make the show even more awesome. Another thing that we're doing is Sandy is doing some donation drives. Would you like to explain that, sir?
Yep. All right. So one of the things that helps keep us going to these events is donations from awesome viewers like you, or listeners like you. And to that end, I've been going and purchasing various pony-related items that will be doing a donation drive. Basically, each week, I have a Zakora this week, one of the fan favorites. You only put $5 in, roll the dice, you might win it. Otherwise, you get a set of buttons. Win-win. Or I bet we could probably send a Parasprite. And like next week, I've got a Lyra Heartstrings and a Trixie that I got from Target that are going to be the same, $5, and somebody's going to get both of them next week.
Cool.
And I have been kidnapping zebras far and wide. So, Zakoras, you can get them on Bronyville Podcast.
Cool. And as said, yeah, we've got one of those. Is it the one of the ones that it does glow in the dark and everything, correct?
Yes, the glow in the dark, fan favorite, Toys R Us exclusive collector series.
Okay, excellent. So that's we do have one of those. If you are interested, as said, it is $5. Even if you're just moderately interested, it is $5, and it helps us go ahead and put forth the show. And as said, next week, so if you are in the chat right now and you are interested, you can totally go and if you are listening right now and you are on the live stream, if you are interested in trying to win it, just $5 or more if you so wish. To us, we'll put you in a drive by the end of the show. We'll do a random drawing and see if you win that. And then, as said, next week we are going to be doing a Lyra and Trixie set. So we will push that across. So if you're interested in winning those, we will go ahead and do that as our set for next week. And that takes care of it. So it's now time for news. All right. Anything on fire?
Not really, actually.
Okay,
this week's
cool.
been very, very low on the actual news front.
Oh, wait. Sandy, I just got an announcement here. Oh God! They just announced it. Look, season 3's episode has been posted. Yes, it's coming. Oh, sweet. Oh, there it is. It's going to be aired September 8th. It's called Strawberry Elves. Oh, this is great. It's over. It's finally over.
No, it's not, AC.
It's finally...
Stop it.
Wait,
Stop.
What?
You're breaking their hearts.
What?
Don't you see?
I don't... What's going on? It's right here.
You're tearing me apart,
No,
Cider.
what's... I don't... What's going on?
All right, so this is one of those really weird occurrences where somebody looking on Zap2It thought they'd gotten themselves a scoop. Basically, Zap2It is a website that posts upcoming channels listings for shows. You can early episode synopsis, stuff like that. Basically, you can look at this thing and say, all right, I need to watch this channel because Burn Notice is on or whatever, which is a good show. You should watch it. And for some reason, My Little Pony Friendship's Magic got mixed in another show. So Friendship's Magic Part 1 Strawberry Elves was delisted, and everyone's like, Strawberry Elves.
Of course.
What?
Strawberry Elves, of course.
The showing doesn't appear in the schedule for the Hub, but it does appear on the schedule for Treehouse TV, as does a My Big Big Friend airing titled Derailed Something Special Strawberry Elves the night before. Strawberry Elves is the title of an episode of Menon, which is apparently a short show that airs between Treehouse's regular shows. And looking at Zap2It's Treehouse TV articles, titles, some of the other listings are similarly included titles from other shows. Thus, Friendship's Magic Part 1 Strawberry Elves is most likely just a rerun of Friendship's Magic Part 1 paired with a rerun of the Manon episode Strawberry Elves, and does not have anything to do with Season 3. TLDR, Derpy did it. And Megan McCarthy gave her 2 cents where they're actually blueberry elves, and spoiler alert, Pinky kills them and bakes them into cupcakes.
Oh no!
Megan McCarthy,
I have no comments.
showrunner for My Little Pony Friendship's Magic, made a cupcakes reference on Twitter.
No comments.
Oh no.
And it does have a very cute scrunch-faced Derpy in the article if you look.
Oh boy. I love the fact that all the comments at the very beginning are like Zyro and a bunch of people like, yay! Then later on, boo.
Well, you would expect it because holy crap, hey, we really want some new ponies and we really need some fresh horse, but no.
This horse is really getting stale. I need fresh horse.
Yes, this horse. I cannot abide this stale horse.
Need new horse. Well, from what I've heard, and I've got a source that has been talking to, that actually is in communication with the Hub, it sounds like. And from his information, it is that we won't see the episodes until Q4. Now, granted, Q4 is October, November, December. So at the very least, at the very most, it would be the 1st of October.
So we'll see.
Yep.
I mean,
yeah, it's. I'm sorry for those in the channel that I totally trolled. There are a few of you like, I knew that they.
Apple cider.
There was a few of them that were just like, you got me again.
Apple cider, why are you so bad?
Strawberry elves. The strawberry elves did it. Absolutely did it. Okay, we got more stuff. I will retain because there's not too much I can be actually too particularly silly about. What else we got, Sandy?
All right, we also have K-Ocean is doing a Kickstarter to do a quote-unquote world tour. They have a goal of $30,000 US. That won't get them into the Northwest, though. And that is technically, if they go to Washington State, it's technically an international tour. 25 days to go, 15,000 out of 30,000 done.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are in the Northwest and would like to see them come down your way, you can help kickstart that. And hey, if you pledge $5 or more, you get a digital copy of their album. Let's see. Somebody has pledged $1,000. So 2 people have pledged $2,000. And nobody has pledged the $10,000 a day with the band, where you and a friend around Vancouver will bike around Stanley Park, so for $10,000, they'll hang out with you, cook you dinner, and give you a private acoustic concert in one of their homes.
But you must cover your own flight and accommodations,
which honestly is kind of fair.
Yeah. Excuse me.
10 grand.
It's like, look, if you can drop 10 grand to go see some musicians, you can afford to go fly up to Canada and stay at a Motel 6.
Go bike riding with Applejack and Rainbow Dash.
Yeah.
But they're the same person.
Gasp.
But yeah, they've got a whole bunch of listings there, and you can pledge as little as $5 just to get a digital copy of the album. So $5 for an album, and this is Hey Ocean. They are a pretty good band. 48 backers on that. There have definitely been. There's 88 for the $15 that gets the digital copies of multiple sets, Big Blue Wave and acoustic sessions. So that is out there. But yeah, I mean, Ashley Ball, who definitely is one of, does the voices of 2 of our favorite Pawnees, is looking to do a little bit of a tour, and that 25 days to go. So even if you're listening to it now, you can definitely go and, and add to the project, and link is in the show notes. So if you want to go ahead and check it out and help out Hey Ocean, and conversely Ashley on that, go ahead and do that. Sheffers, let's see. Ooh, blind bags.
Yes, new blind bags are showing up in Europe. Those lucky guys. They get all the blind bags. It's crazy. And here in the US, Wave 3 is showing up, because I have found them at Toys R Us. The Wave 3, the Wave 5 is in Europe, Denmark and Finland, has Twilight and Cadence and Junebug and Trixie, whole bunch of ponies, a Lyra.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently these are no Earth ponies allowed, because everybody's either a unicorn, an alicorn, or a Pegasus.
Yeah, and it's interesting. This is one of the first sets I see where literally the only one of the main 6 is Twilight.
Rainbow Dash.
Rainbow Dash is in there. No, there's a Rainbow Wishes.
No, there's
Number
a Rainbow
9.
Dash.
Where is it? 9?
Number 9.
Oh, Rainbow 9. Yeah, okay. I see that.
So, but yeah, Earth ponies need not apply in this particular one, which is, I guess, fine, because here in the US, we're never gonna get them. The Wave 3, though, has showed up in the US because Wave 2 just gets missed by the US, and that consists of has Golden Harvest and Lyra, and that was the first one that had the male ponies in it as well. but I think some of the numbers have been changed because I was using the My Little Pony D4 merchandise Tumblr grand list, and well, I was expecting to get Golden Harvest and got a Pegasus pony whose cutie mark was a cupcake.
I call shenanigans.
Shenanigans. That's interesting. I wouldn't mind getting a Cadence, and a Luna would definitely be cool out of that set. Trixie, old news.
But I did get myself a Lyra, and she accompanied on my grand adventure in the human world.
And maybe one day they'll actually make a Bonbon character to be next to her, or not.
Actually, they do have one in the weird sort of translucent plastic ones that is an earth tone colors. But again, it's one of those Teobeo fell off the back of a truck QI quality assurance rejects. So we shall see if they ever make it over here.
Hasbro US, please. Everybody else is just like, we got all the toys, we just can't get the show. We're just like, we can get the show, we just can't get the toys.
Which wave had the that was all crystal ponies, crystal and metallic ones?
That was 4, I believe.
I've actually seen those in some of my local stores.
Huh.
In the glittery bags, I've seen them at my one Toys R Us and 3 different Walmarts. And that's all the way down here in southern Alabama.
Weird.
Because I got a whole handful of those.
I'm sorry.
Are we talking Montgomery or Mobile?
Mobile.
Oh, yeah, southern Alabama.
Oh, yeah.
Max Southern.
Just now we're outside of Pensacola.
Oh yeah, I understand that. And get on over. Keep going east. You'll hit Jacksonville eventually.
Exactly.
I feel like I've stumbled into another dimension.
That is the best possible description.
Yes, it is. Yeah, Mobile. Whew. Actually, I had good times in Mobile, but whatever. That's beside the point. All right. So, okay, blind bags. That's cool. As said, we would love to get some of those over here because it always seems like, we get the first wave, and that's it. At least over here in California. I guess they all flow east.
The next thing is, I guess I'm kind of jumping the gun for next week's show.
Okay.
Is that Bronies for Good is seeking the next Bronies for Good fundraisers for the Seeds of Kindness line is taking shape, but they need more prizes as extra incentives for the donors. The prize list for the last Seed of Kindness fundraiser boasted 2 plushie commissions, an art commission, and several other kinds of commissions, along with finished physical prizes. My little remix album, Faithful and Strong, for the next fundraiser is already coming along great, so please help make the prize pool just as impressive. They've got a press release over there, and basically the community generated 37,000 euro, 47,000 US,
Nice.
to fully fund 3 full-year siblings project, a clinic in Uganda, a green village in Burundi, and the expansion of an orphanage in Tanzania. So thumbs up to the community for that.
Jeez.
I donated some. The album was really good too. So they're doing another round of Bronies for Good. They're continuing to be true to their namesake, Bronies for Good. So check that out. And if you are an artist or creative type that can do something cool for a prize, you should check out the link in the show notes and give them a ring.
Isn't that something like such a bizarre, like, cool thing that we can kind of hold above our heads is no matter what of just like, oh boy, there are these weird guys like Pony. It's so weird. Just like, yeah, we also funded an orphanage in Uganda. Just like,
I mean, add up that to the charity auctions that have been at just about all the major conventions. I mean, that is some serious money.
mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I donated to that too, and they keep you updated on the emails. And I mean, it's amazing. It's one of those things to where for most of us, it's thousands, a world away, but still to be able to see, they send you pictures of the kids, and just to be able to see that it's an amazing impact.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's pretty. It's just one of those crazy, like, substantial things that we've done. I mean, I've been in communities before. It's like, yay, we raised $4,000 to take care of these pumas. It's like, okay, well, that's pretty cool. Took care of some large cats that'll go after me. That's awesome. gonna pay for them, and then they're gonna come after me later. Yeah, that's super cool. Great for that. And as I said, we are getting B4G on to next week. Correct, Sandy?
Yes, that should be the case.
Hooray! All right, cool.
Nice.
All right, what else we got? We got 3 more points to hit.
Yep, but they're pretty quick. Let's see. The Frenchman's Magic comic is available for pre-order. Yay!
Hooray! And you can get the box set. Hooray!
Yay!
And yep,
it's $20. That's pretty good.
not bad. Complete box set with the main 6 covers. We will have to find out where to find those other 2 covers.
Yeah, well, and it was kind of bad because I went to a local comic shop where I get stuff in the past, where I picked up Archie stuff, Kevin Keller and the like, and they're like, "Oh, I can't pre-order it until the end of the month." Well,
I do know that Midtown Comics, their website is offering the first issue by itself, the box set, and the subscription variant all for pre-order, but they don't have that the other guest cover.
Yeah,
They have 7 out of them, but not the 8th one.
Yeah, because I'm gonna have to see if me and Ray 2 can work, because we know a comic book shop that might be able to set up, but even then she's saying the variants are random, and one of them is like normal is going to be somewhat hard to find. The other one is supposedly way hard to find. So it's gonna be a interesting. It's gonna be very interesting to see once these new comics come out. You know, the set's gonna look awesome. I can't wait to see it. And it all sounds very, very cool. So
yes.
Plus, I really hope that it's a popular comic too, because I'd like to see. Andy was a really cool guest last week, and we'd love to see him be continuously employed.
You know what I fully expect? I fully expect this first set to completely sell out. Like, absolutely. Yep. Like, it will be one of those things where if you are not thinking about pre-ordering it, you probably won't find it. Because if we've noticed anything that ever happens with this show is that they usually underestimate demand, and then, completely just be like, oh crap. We're gonna need a lot more of these.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see.
I think they'll do a decent job. IDW knows that all of their Hasbro comics do really, really well. They've had great success with Transformers and G.I. Joe in the past. I think that between that and the knowledge of just how big the Brony community is, I think they'll try to keep it well stocked for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. A lot of it actually boils down to the comic shops themselves having the faith in this quote unquote kids comics.
Mm-hmm.
Because it is a children's comics, and kids don't always consume the most. But then again, dudes like us are going to be all over.
I mean, this looks a lot like something that they would be. That this is kind of we need to do a box set. Like, how many just be like, this is a little kids thing. Little kids don't care about box sets about of a single issue. It's going to be the same issue over and over and over. They just want the one. But this is kind of one of those things of just like, no, they'll come. If you print it, they will come. So that's kind of cool. Ray Chu was mentioning she's talked to her comic book shop that she goes to, and she states this is what they said. But I would say that if they're sure they want all the covers, they should contact their store and say that they want them. Specify that they want all 6 alternative covers and the 2 variants if possible. Just FYI, 2 of the kit, and then it cuts off. Yes, it did cut out. But yeah, 2 of the covers, something. But yeah, they're probably going to be very hard to come by. Just FYI, 2 of the covers, the Jill Thompson and Stephanie Buscema ones, are variants as opposed to alternates. With alternates, we genuinely can order them like regular covers. Variants usually end up so that we get one for every X number of tag blasted. Best thing to do is to have folks come to the store and give information. Geez, Rachel, you just love to type. Number of comics to order. Kind of just repeats. But yeah, just if it sounds like that, what you just need to do, if you are interested, definitely go over to your comic book shop. Be like, listen, dude, ponies, I want it. I want the alternates. Give it to me.
I want it. I need it. I gotta have it.
Yes. And be like, I don't care. I'll buy this and your figurines, which you make a massive markup on. Give it. So,
yep.
There you go.
Let's see. Last couple things real quick. JetBlue ponies. Apparently JetBlue wants a name for their OC that Heza did for them. It is a blue Pegasus with a blue mane and a blue potato with wings for a cutie mark.
So explain to us why the heck JetBlue has a pony.
This is one of those weird little things. So apparently after Everfree Northwest, somebody was flying on JetBlue and tweeted at them that they should post ponies, and they did. And as this community is wont to do, like, company posted ponies.
Validation!
Attack! And so they have posted ponies, and an artist, Heza, who does those fantastic Art Nouveau pony shirts, and is a really in real life. She drew them a pony, and now they've posted ponies, and they want names for the pony, and you can give them some suggestions. Let's see. You can also follow the Twitter accounts of the manager of corporate communications, the tweeter that started it, and another Pro Pony JetBlue tweeter. And the cutie mark is a blue potato. It's a reference to a blue potato chip snacks that they serve on JetBlue flights. So it is a very weird little situation that is cute, and the pony is cute too.
Yep.
If you would like to help name this flying potato cutie marked pony, feel free to check it out.
And they have posted said blue potato chip pony into one of the bathrooms at the I guess at their headquarters. That they've actually just posted it just right there, just like, oh, here you go, this is in the bathroom now. Flying potato blue pony.
Potato pony, yay!
Yeah, that's
because why not?
We're validated. Popular names are Magic Blue, Earhart, Chipper Blues, Blue Flyer, and Blue Bell. So,
okay.
Honest. All right, next.
Let's see. Beyond that, Shards of Equestria got a cease and desist.
Yeah. Well, boo.
Well, the question, I guess, for this is the printing and distribution of the physical cards. You can still go to the website while it exists and download templates. A little bit of background info. Shards of Equestria is a Magic the Gathering fan-made expansion where you can play with the ponies and play Magic the Gathering rules. And I went and downloaded a whole bunch of basically everything available. And some of the cards make me wonder. It's like Derpy's a 1 black 3 colorless flying Death Touch pony with 1 black regenerate. It's like, that's kind of weird.
I understand 0% of what you just said.
Basically, it makes Derpy, she flies, and if you can damage a monster, it dies. And then you can bring her back for very minimal cost. So Derpy's accident-prone nature
destroys everything.
Destroys everything.
Wow.
Let's see. Angel Bunny is a black creature. Luna, obviously, or Nightmare Moon version Luna is obviously black. Nightmare Moon or Nightmare Escort, which is the Bat Ponies. But then, like, Luna's a legendary. It just some of the card decisions are kind of weird. It's like Derpy falling under the black category, but Trixie ending up in blue. I don't know.
See, I don't understand. Like, one of the things I think would be just a great idea. You know, I understand Magic is super popular and heck, Hasbro owns it. But you know, there are systems that are pretty decent that, you know, people have made card games, you know, completely built systems themselves that are out there. As well as, I'm always like, you know, you could definitely revive old, like, old game systems and then just rework them a little bit. Like, I'm always just like, the only card game system, and God help me the fact that I actually played this game, is just like Hack Enemy. That game died. It was rated one of the best like new card games of like 6 years ago, and then the company ate itself. It's just like, oh, that'd be cool. It's got pets and it's got like stuff they could get and things like that. I always thought that would have been neat if somebody would have done that, but then again, it's just kind of like, I'm not a card game person. I gave it a shot and got burned. Nope. All right, card games.
Card games, woo! Pony card games, that's amazing.
And as said, there are ones out there that you can. There are ones that have been made. If you are the card gamery type.
Yeah, well, I think the problem boils down to the physical creation of the cards by them and then redistribution of them. Because they haven't taken on the website. They can't say you can't put these on a Magic the Gathering template. And Hasbro owns Wizards of the Coast. So we shall see what actually happens with that. All right, so we're done with news.
Yay!
Finally, it's only been forever.
And that's the way it was.
There were plenty of news that day.
All
All
right,
right,
playing card games based on a little girl's show. Yes.
Legasp. All right, it's time for books. It's time to talk about fanfics you can read and stuff that is particularly fun. By the way, I want to mention that I had an awesome idea for an actual show story that I thought was pretty cool. You shut up. I'm just saying, I had a cool idea. Anyway, books, fanfics, ideas. I want to bring up a particular fic that I read earlier today called Mythbuckers. Guess what that's talking about?
Yes.
It is.
I'm familiar with the story.
Yep.
Shark Week?
Yes, absolutely.
There needs to be a Pony Shark Week story.
If they continue this, I will be heavily disappointed if Aurora Dawn does not have at least one chapter in which they do something with they have an entire chapter dedicated to sharks. Because it's just, every year they've got to do a shark episode. Here we go.
All right, so what if the shark?
It's really true.
Sharks eating boats. Yes, let's do that. Can a shark eat a boat? We'll tie it in with Jaws, like 30,000th anniversary. Yes.
Is it true that sharks don't like muffins? We make a muffin boat and see if it eats it.
Flutter Shark, make it happen.
So yeah, it is definitely a play on Mythbusters. AJ and Dash play the main characters while the rest of the main six integrate themselves in whatever way that they can in the show. The CMCs show up. Guess who they are? So it is an interesting little just play and comedy crossover where they are testing out particular theories in Equestria and making a TV show while they do it. Episode 1 is Unicorn Failures. Episode 2 is Pegasus Wings. I found it quite funny. It is made by Aurora Dawn. It is Mythbuckers, and it is on our show notes, which you can find at bronyvillepodcast.com. Chef?
All right, mine is Life and Times of Winning Pony by Shingar Kordoth. I think I pronounced that made-up name correctly. It is a long and silly, tongue-in-cheek adventures of Charlie Sheen, the pony version, sort of.
God.
It's in this case, it is Cloud Kicker and her beleaguered friend Blossomforth. I think I've mentioned it before, saying I really liked it, and the story is now nearly 70,000 words, and I have enjoyed it all the way through. It is still being updated, but I think it's worthwhile. But do be aware that it is rated teen. It is romance comedy slice of life. You know, if you can't handle a, super energetic pony like Cloud Kicker, just read the first chapter, see if it doesn't turn you off to the story, and then
her need for dragon's blood or tiger's blood, and
yes, and some of the chapter titles where it's like pony with tiger blood. He's a total freaking rock star from Mars.
Adonis DNA
drug called Cloud Kicker. the pony whose brain you can't handle, and the pony who's addicted to winning. It is quality. I enjoy it.
All right, that is definitely a silly story. It looks like. All right, Game Buddy, what you got?
All right, I have a confession to make. I actually don't read much fanfic these days.
You and everybody else.
Well, it's not like I follow some of the updates on Equestria Daily, and every once in a while I'll see one where all the comments are, yeah, it was really funny and blah, blah, blah. And I'm not naming names, but every time I sit down and read it, I always leave disappointed. So I'm glad to put forth this one that I enjoyed, and it's by a friend of mine who I didn't even know wrote pony stories, but it popped up. It's called the Bronyville Horror, and it's by JC the Brony is his screen name. I think there's another story with the same name that is not by him, but his name is JC the Brony. So if you search for all that, that'll pop up in the show notes. But it's a school project, I believe, that he was challenged to write something in the vein of another author. And so he picked the horror genre and modeled it after Edgar Allan Poe and H.P. Lovecraft. And it is actually a very smart and I would say safe for work rewriting of Cupcakes.
Huh. Interesting.
And it
sounds like a challenge.
Yes, and you wouldn't think it would work, and it somehow does. And there is a note in the description that renders it non-canon. So it's not really supposed to fit at all into any established pony universe. But it's told from the perspective of a original character from Canterlot who comes to Ponyville to do his research and begins to notice some strange things whenever Pinkie Pie is around. And as a bit of a shameless plug, I did a dramatic reading of the story that's on my Tumblr page that
it was terrifying.
was author approved. And I guess I can put that in the show notes later. But so, yeah, I enjoyed it. It's very short. It's only about 2-3 pages or so you can read it all in one sitting. Like I said, it is safe for work, but it is creepy. So I would definitely recommend it.
Okay, excellent. Cyberlink, you have some watchmen here.
AC, come closer.
What?
You seem so far away.
It's probably because of where I moved my my microphone. Okay, here you go. What was that? Rosarch. What's this?
Yeah, so basically it's a T-rated fic, and it's tagged Dark, Crossover, and Human, which are 3 tags that I almost never look for when reading a fic. But I just sort of stumbled upon this, and I was surprised at how good it was. It's called Rorschach and Equestria, and basically it's exactly what the title says. It's basically what happened after Rorschach from Watchmen was killed by Dr. Manhattan. And basically, instead of ending up in some sort of afterlife or anything like that, he ends up in Equestria. And I think what I really like about this story is how true it is to both universes. Like, obviously, he's still very much a violent, dark character, and the ponies, that's unsettling for them. It's very much outside of their usual nature, so it takes time for any of them to warm up to him. And the whole time, he's sort of baffled by this universe. He almost thinks that Dr. Manhattan or somebody else put him in there to torture him because he doesn't believe that such a universe where everything is so pure and innocent could possibly exist. And he almost doesn't want to believe it because if he lets his guard down, then it makes it all the more damaging if he finds out that there really is some darkness within this light pastel world. And I think that just the way that the author portrays everybody and the relation between the characters is very, very good. Much of it is written in a Rorschach's journal type of format, which really adds to sort of the authenticity of the story. And without saying too much, I almost feel like it's more faithful to Rorschach and to the Watchmen universe than the before Watchmen comic book series is. But that's another debate for another time.
Like, that's hard.
Yeah, that's very interesting. I can just imagine him going around just being like, "There's something sinister in this world. Something corrupt and evil is here. I feel it." It's like, "Would you like a cupcake?" "No."
Oh man.
All right, that sounds very interesting. That's very, very cool. So yeah, we got 4 different sets, and Game Buddy has put in his audio drama to the show notes, so you can find those. Yes, but 4 episodes, ranging from your silly crossovers to more silly crossovers to more serious audio dramas and light horror. So definitely go check those out. That sounds super cool. Speaking of super cool, it's topic time, and we've got 2 burros here. Who do video manipulation or just, redub of the episodes. And, I'm trying to figure out actually where to start on this. And I guess the easiest thing is we mentioned a little earlier about, you both making and deciding to make Camaraderie a Supernatural. But, I guess it does kind of go down to that of you decided that you were working on your other series, you quasi trolled your group or your watchers, and then it kind of took off from there. And how has that been?
It's been very, very interesting. Like, it's gotten to the point where, like, our first episode of Sonic F was released, I believe, in April of 2011 or 2010, excuse me. And our first episode of Camaraderie Supernatural came out about the same time the next year. And as it stands, I think that Camaraderie has already topped episode 1 of F in views. I'd have to double check. Let me see. First episode of Camaraderie is at just over 101,000. And first episode of F is at, give this a second to load, 134,000. So it's getting very close. But yeah, like, sort of the whole reason it came together was because I had started watching the show in maybe February of 11 after putting it on while babysitting someone and just sort of getting attached to it. And maybe a month after that, I was streaming it for a bunch of the other people in our group who had just sort of started watching it or were looking to get into it. And we started making jokes while all watching an episode and sort of turning these characters' personalities in their heads. And I'm like, guys, if we keep making jokes like this, I'm going to have to turn it into a script. And then there's sort of that moment of silence, and I'm like, oh, crap, what have I just gotten myself into? And so, yeah, we put that first episode together in, like, just over a week, where it was already halfway through March, and we were really rushing to make it happen. But we put it together. We disguised it as episode 6 of Sonic F. And everybody, I was very pleased at how many people went in, got fooled, and some of the comments we got. But I was equally surprised to find out that people really, really liked the episode on its own and wanted to see more of it. And I'm like, you know what? We had a good enough time making. Obviously, people like it. We might as well just do more with it. And so we did. And I remember that originally I wasn't going to cast Game Buddy's Rainbow Dash. It was going to be another one of our friends, RGX. But he wasn't available at the time. And when I had sent Game Buddy the script to look over, he had said, I love it, but I am heartbroken that you didn't cast me as a pony. And I'm like, I have an opportunity here. So I just rewrote the character to make her more like a certain other blue, speedy, cocky character that we all know and love or hate, depending on your side of the fan base. And since obviously Game Buddy is no stranger to playing said character, I decided to cast him. And once we had episode 1 out, I decided, you know what, this is great, but I feel like I can flesh this out more. I can really turn this into something special. And that's sort of how the idea for the elements of parody came together, where I gave each character their own sort of trope to embody in sort of the parody elements. And it really sort of became this almost commentary on the state of parody and abridging, along with this running sci-fi narrative as we integrated Doctor Who's into it. And I'm really pleased with how it's developed since then. We've been coming up with a lot of really cool ideas, sort of trying to figure out how to make this into something really, really different from anything else. So I'm really hoping that people continue to watch it and continue to enjoy what we've been coming up with.
Excellent. Yeah, the chat room has been putting 2 and 2 together, and they went, "Oh, it does the voice of another Speedy Blue character, and that's why AC doesn't like Dash." Like, oh,
see, I didn't even think of that.
I don't not like Dash. She's just not the bestest of all at any way. So what's the process of you guys actually creating an episode? Like, obviously you've got a script writing phase where you're figuring out, I guess, especially kind of figuring out which episodes or which clips that you're going to end up using, and how you can kind of string all those together. So just kind of go over the basics of how that whole process goes through.
Okay, so first of all, I start out by watching through the episode, writing down any notes I can about scenes and lines that would be good for potential jokes. Then I'll go through my notes, make an outline, start writing out a full script, and that can usually take either be really quick or really, really time consuming, depending on how much material I have to work with. And basically, once I've got a first draft out, I'll send it to a couple of other people, buddy, our friend Falero, who does his own series, just a bunch of different friends of ours. Yeah, Jake, who plays Spike. And basically, once I've got a script I'm happy with, I'll send it out to our actors so that I'll get their scenes recorded, wait for them to select their lines. And if there's any scenes that require original animation to be added, like the 8-bit fight scene in our second episode, then I'll usually get a hold of one of our animator friends, see if anybody's interested in taking it on. And that in itself is usually a very time-consuming process because, frame-by-frame animation, not the most expedient of processes. Mm-hmm. But once we get sort of all our assets together, usually it'll be me who edits the final episode. And that's one thing I have to say about the show is I love how well animated it is, how fluid all of the characters' movements are, but it makes it an absolute pain to sync up the voices to the animation when everybody's constantly bouncing around. And like with Sonic F, all the characters are fairly static for the most part, and you can just use the same 3 mouth flaps. But with Camaraderie Supernatural and with the original series, everybody's always constantly bouncing. The lip flaps are very much synced to the original dialogue, so it's really, really hard to work around that to make it fit. And I've had to pull off some shoddy editing tricks to at least get something close to what we need.
What you should just do is if you have one of those really challenging scenes where you're trying to get a mouth right, you should just do like one of those ridiculous cutouts where you actually just cut out the area of the face and put an actual set of lips there and just mouth it.
I'll just put on some blue lipstick. Nobody will ever know.
Hi, I'm Rainbow Dash. How you doing? How's it going?
Hi, Pinky.
Oh, hi. I did not.
The thought has crossed my mind, but I'm not quite that desperate yet.
Well, I'm just saying, just as a ridiculous point in the series, just be like, all right, we've had to cut budget, so here you go. just wiggly lip vision.
Without spoiling too much, I will say there is something vaguely similar to that in the next episode, which is taking up a lot of extra time. I will say that much.
Awesome. That sounds great. I love just ridiculousness like that, improv time and things like that. As Andy Ritchie says. Okay, well that's cool on that. Let's see. And what is you of course have the voice of I suppose Rainbow Dash with us here now. Who else does the voices for the show?
Most of our cast is pulled from people we've worked with on our other series, the Sonic Short, Sonic F, stuff like that. Twilight and Applejack are played by Mystic Pyro Freak, who also plays Amy, Francis, and Scarlet Garcia on Sonic F. And she was there right from the start. She was one of the people who was giving us joke material during that initial screening. And basically, the idea of Applejack switching accents came from the fact that she couldn't keep a consistent Southern accent. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to make that into a joke. I'm going to make her run like the full TF2 accent list every single episode.
Gentlemen.
And let me think who else. Pinkie Pie and, as of next episode, Scootaloo are played by Kage Chihashi, who's also Tails in our Sonic F series. And that was sort of a very, very, very happy accident because at the time I was really having trouble coming up with who I was going to cast as Pinkie Pie. And I was like, you know what? I haven't cast Kage in anything yet. Maybe I might try having her play against type because she usually gets cast in the scratchy little voice roles. So I thought that I'd give her a shot. And I kid you not, I couldn't get through all of her lines the first time she sent them to me because I had to pause because I was laughing so hard. It just came out of nowhere and blew me and everybody else away. And Fluttershy is played by Celeste Orion, one of the two main cast members who's actually played by a dude. And I just cast him because he could do Fluttershy's yays to a frighteningly accurate degree. And I'm like, sure, why not? Rarity is played by Fire Shadow, who we had for a Pokemon project that ended up not getting off the ground. But I had been recommended her by Celeste, and she's obviously taken the role and made it her own, really brought out that sort of haughty snarkiness that we were looking for in Rarity, and it's really come together well. And then Spike is played by Rock the Jake, who's also one of our co-writers for both series. Originally, I had planned to have him sound like Spike from Cowboy Bebop, but I'm like, nah, it might be overkill to have two different homage characters, both as part of the main cast. So we just ended up then we tried him with like a super, super deep voice. That didn't quite fit. So I just took super deep samples and pitched them up ridiculously high, and somehow that worked. And then I think the last of our major characters that have been announced so far is Dr. Hoof, played by our good friend Falero, who plays Knuckles in Sonic F, and who also does a very funny Full Metal Alchemist parody called No Metal Alchemist. You should all check out. And that was mostly because I really wanted to bring Dr. Hoof into the storyline, and he's the most British person I know, so figured why not. Plus, I figured that it would be originally the plan was I wanted him to do like this sort of snarky British narrator type, and then only during the production of the second episode did I come up with the idea that he should be Dr. Hooves. And then I took then that sort of spun off into having him play a much bigger role in the plot. And so now he's become sort of a regular character in a sense and has a very big impact on the story going forward. So that's worked out very well, and I'm very pleased with that.
All right. Go ahead. Aside
from that, we've had a couple of other guest stars. Revy Moonshine as Princess Celestia, Rina-chan as Luna and Cheerly, and an exclusive for all your podcast listeners, we're actually going to have 3 new cast members joining us in the next episode. We're going to have the wonderful Eily Monty, who your listeners should be very familiar with if they've seen Picture Perfect Pony or Ask the Crusader stuff. Mm-hmm. She's going to be playing Apple Bloom. Colonel Cheru will be joining us as our Sweetie Belle, and Lady Nanaki will be coming on as Diamond Tiara. So that's something you can look forward to within the next month or so.
All right, super awesome on that. And just so we have on this, where can everyone find these episodes?
You can find all our episodes at youtube.com/SonicFseries.
Okay, just attached to that. And is there any like a particular time that you guys update? What's the turnaround on episodes, would you say?
Ooh.
That's the $1 million question.
When they're done. I think we can say with a pretty large vote of confidence that this one planned to premiere at Canterlot Gardens So about the end of September, and I'm sure we will have that up on the YouTube channel very, very soon after that as well.
Yeah, basically as soon as we get back from the con. Like, I would rather take a long time to deliver something really good and really memorable than to sort of put out sort of lacking, unfinished episodes on a more frequent basis. Like, obviously, this is a hobby for us, and other stuff does have to take priority. Plus, I don't want to risk making a reference that's going to go over your listeners' heads, but this episode in particular has been my Crisis City classic because it's taken a long time. It's been much harder than the last few episodes. And then right when the goal is in reach, this big flaming tornado of technical problems and roadblocks makes the goal that much further away. And I'm like, no, come back. And I have to go through it all over again.
All right. Well, at least it's going to be coming out, so it's going to be demoed over at Canterlot Gardens. And
yes, it is. We're going to have a full panel there. It's going to be me, Game Buddy, Rock the Jake, Hiei Fire Shadow, Mystic Pyro Freak, Kage Chihashi, and Rina-chan will all be there to do a panel, premiere the new episode, do Q&A, that kind of thing. And I think people are going to be very, very, very happy with what we've got cooked up.
Okay. Super awesome. All right. So take a look at that if you're going to Canterlot Gardens. Sounds like you can go catch the episode, or if not, you can always go over to the YouTube channel and give a look. How many episodes do you guys have currently out there?
2.5. We have 2 proper episodes, and then 2.5 is basically the introduction of Dr. Hoof to the storyline and sort of how he plays a role in the events to come.
Okay, cool. So go check those out, and go check those over at the YouTube page. Is there anything else you guys wanted to pimp, or any hellos you wish to do before we move on to email time?
Other than at our panel at Canterlot Gardens, I think we've decided we're going to have some prizes to give out, if that is incentive for any attendees. These are.
Indeed, we are.
I know mine is a special prize.
It's a hug.
No. It's tangible.
Okay. All right. Super cool.
Yeah, I have a prize. I have a prize too, but it's technically not ready yet. It's not going to be ready until we all get together for the con. But I do have something to pimp, but we'll get there later when we get to the cool thing. So we'll wait on that.
Awesome. So we'll take a look at that in a few. So anyway, yes, everyone on the stream got to the button's been hit. We are live and everyone is saying hello. Somebody's yelling apple bloom, apple bloom, apple bloom, apple bloom.
I cannot see that.
Yeah, it's a little far away, but you can see the chat window right there. We've got it kind of.
Weird. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Inception.
That way.
Yeah.
I'm pointing that way, but I'm pointing right in front of me. With see me over there.
Well, you got two.
I'm pointing at myself.
Well, you got another one because there's a camera right there on the laptop that's catching you too for the upper one.
Wait, where's me? Oh, there I am. Oh, hi.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Bad hero, red turtle. It's far away.
Yeah, you kind of have to lean forward and everything.
Michelle.
Yeah, they
Applebloom.
choose some fun names there. So yes, glad to have you all. Tell you what, just so that they can go ahead and assign names to faces, to go ahead and do that, we'll go ahead and start with you, dear.
I'm Sweetie Belle. I'm Claire Corlett, the voice of Sweetie Belle.
Oh, and make sure the mics are on just to be safe. I might need to click those. There
It's
we go.
on.
Right. Now they're on.
Hello. Okay.
All right, so Claire.
Yes.
Very nice. And to your immediate left,
I am mad that I don't have my cutie bar.
Michelle Creber.
Get out of my face. Oh yeah, I have one of those too. Thank you for the person that made these. These are awesome.
They're awesome. He's so good.
Oh, I don't have
He
mine.
did
I have
them
a
for
different
almost every VA.
Yeah.
I mean, every VA and almost every Brony musician. It's just must take so much.
I
work.
know.
So
Yeah.
generous. These bros. We got scarves yesterday that were. What?
Microphone. Just you're very passionate. Just going like yes.
Okay. Well, we got scarves yesterday that were the color of our ponies, and it's funny because mine actually were the colors of a chicken. I realized because it was red. And I was like, "This is wrong. What? That's supposed to be me."
Yeah.
I don't understand this madness. Anyway.
So you obviously know about the chicken meme that goes around with that.
Yes. I have a chicken on my hand.
Oh, okay. There we go. Somebody drew that up. So who are you, dear?
I'm Maddie Peters, and
I'm Scootaloo.
Awesome. Very, very good. So, yes, we just had the opportunity to have you three on. Everybody on the stream is super excited to see you all. So it's great to have you three in. I came up with a few little things. I was kind of curious. And had you three at all worked together before this particular show?
Yes, we have.
Yes.
Because I noticed when I went in to see on actually on Friday to actually go and check on this, you three were just kind of playing around and just kind of banging on the table. What was that? What was that little game that you three were doing?
Was that?
it was like a
was
drum
that at the signing?
circle.
Yeah, it was at the signing.
Oh, right. We were doing a drum circle. We were trying to be Stomp. We were CMC Stomp group.
Let's do it all.
Yeah.
All right, here we
Okay,
go.
CMC Stomp group. Yeah.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. CMC Stomp group. Yeah. That's basically what we were trying to do.
Awesome.
Sorry if we just popped your ears.
Oh no, I'm
Probably
sure
not.
that will be taken care of in post. I think everyone's gonna. Let's see if we can get. Let's see if. And there it goes.
Boom, boom.
There goes the chat window.
Yay,
Everyone
yay.
losing their head. Why did I not plug in headphones?
My ears, they broke.
Yeah, the bigger one actually includes everybody, so or all the information. Yeah,
Nice.
so you all three had worked together. All right, that's good. So this is for you three. How many of this is like your first con or your first experience? With, there we go. Oh, two.
My first
all
con.
three of you.
My first
Awesome.
con of any sort.
So-
And the Brony fandom is amazing.
First con, and you get to sit behind the table and interact with everybody. How is that as experience?
Oh,
It's fantastic. It's phenomenal. I'm speechless again. Somebody else already asked me this question, and I was just derped it out there. I need a muffin right here, actually. So it's really amazing. I mean, this is my first con, like I said before, and I'm actually really glad that it's MLP because not lately. What was I gonna say?
The dictionary is speechless.
Anyways, I love. Okay,
that's kind of.
I'm very happy that I'm here, and these past 3 days are fantastic, and it's really great interacting with everybody. So
Yeah, I agree. The Brony fandom is astonishing. I've just talked to people online, and gone to a few things in Vancouver, but just seeing them here and so many of them so passionate
In
about
costumes.
the show and just such a soft spot for just the show about ponies with cute storylines and happy endings. It's awesome.
and lessons learned.
Why not love it? Why not?
Exactly. How can you not?
I know, it's just all around happy. When you watch it makes you happy. It's good animation, it's good voice acting. I'm not talking about myself, I'm talking about
Yes, you
my
are.
fellow coworkers.
She's
No,
talking about herself.
I'm not. I'm talking about
She
you
should
guys
be.
and everybody else. Am I not talking to the mic again?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
You're fine.
M's gonna be like, I'm gonna have to just source this so much, our audio guy back home, but it's totally fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll be good. We'll get it figured out. He's a magic maker.
This whole fandom is just amazing, and it's so cool to meet people from the internet.
I mean, yeah, it's been. I mean, just to speak on my case, I've met Serial. He works at EQD. I'm meeting a bunch of people just from all walks of oh wow, I met Chain Algorithm last night, and I was like, wow, I love your music. Alex S passed me. I'm like, wow, I love
too.
your music.
I just realized I didn't even look at his name tag. I felt so dumb. He came up to me. He's like, "Oh yeah, I don't mean to brag, but and then all of a sudden his just he was taking a picture with me, right? So then his little keychain flashed at me, and it said Alex S. I was like, what? How did I not know that? Because I don't know his face. I just know his music and his dubstep remix and stuff from
All
Nyan
that-
Cat and
Yeah,
whatever.
that was like the first like
The
big-
first thing I heard was
yeah.
Nyan Cat.
Yeah, that just some of the Nyan Cat, and then they did the whole
Pinkie
thing,
Pie one.
the
I like the
Pinkie and the
Pinkie
Cutie
one.
Mark Crusader dubstep.
Yeah.
The theme that was pretty. That was I think that one was the first one I came across. But yeah, just the fantastic amount of work and stuff that's been put into that. Has there been you've had that? Has there been anything in particular that you've seen at the con that kind of wowed you? I know people have probably been coming to you all weekend, just like here's gifts, here's offerings. Oh, we love you. All
Yes,
this.
thank you so much. You guys are so nice for giving us gifts.
Yes, thank you,
We
everybody.
really appreciate them, and I think my room is gonna be like packed with like Sweetie Belle, like all around the room, and like all presents from all you guys.
Yeah, I have a favorite. Excuse me. I have a favorite moment.
Again.
Yesterday we did an auction for
Oh, yes.
the hospital, and this wonderful brony.
He paid money for.
I have to explain the whole story here.
Start
Don't
over.
get ahead of me, man.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Thought it was a pony, but okay.
This guy made a Sweetie Belle costume that took him 8 months to do, and he spent $800 making this fabulous costume. What Sweetie Belle was wearing for the Cutie Mark Crusaders anthem, the rock outfit, and he had this cool wig and his custom
Yeah,
shoes.
looked like cotton candy actually.
that we all signed shoes in the costume.
Yeah, and he auctioned it off for auction in the auction.
And it got
And
I
and
didn't even get a first bid because the minimum was $500 because you can't sell for less than that because that it's minimum bid and everything. But after the last thing that this guy came up with, a different person, sorry.
Yeah.
Last minute he came up with this derpy toy. I mean, wait a minute. No. Okay, I'm sorry. Yes.
he
A
wanted
derpy
to
toy-
buy.
Okay.
No, he
sorry.
wanted to buy the rock and roll outfit, and he ended up winning it.
What?
And so
Wait, no. Okay,
I'm talking.
That's not a story.
What the heck? What the heck?
Let me tell my story and you tell me if this is right. A guy, at last minute, auctioned off a derpy toy in a box. And then this other brony, Mike, this other brony, took initiative and bought it for $650 and then gave the derpy toy back and gave the money to the guy who was wearing the costume. And that was just really, really nice.
I was gonna say that. Sorry. I was getting
It was
confused. I
heartwarming.
thought it was the
She
costume
said-
that he auctioned off, and then he got it back.
No, she
And it was
said-
like super rare. Like it was. Okay, Tabitha was signing it, and she derped when she signed it. Like she.
So it's
messed
one
it
of
up,
a
so it was, like,
kind.
one of a kind. Amazing.
It's like there's only like 3 at from the previous BronyCons.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
only like 3 of them.
Yeah, we've been hearing that story actually going around a lot of just that awesome donation that's happened. I've heard a lot also about your show that you had last night. A lot of good things coming out of there. Go ahead and explain to everyone. I hope that there's going to be video and stuff of it online.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely
There will.
be on EFR, EFNW, or EFR website.
Everfree Radio.
Everfree
There you
Radio website, yes. And great footage right in front. Apparently, it's
Yep.
good quality, good angles, all that. It's just. Is it EFR?
Everfree Radio EFR. Yeah.
Those are the guys that were doing the streaming and the recording of that.
Yeah, upstairs and helping you guys out, and you're with working a lot with Mando and Acoustic Brony, those two helping out. It seems like you've been working a lot. Especially, you've been very very active, kind of in the interaction. You've got your show that happens, and so you're giving updates and telling everybody how everything's happening to you.
Totally.
It's very interesting to see because kind of in your own way, your Tara Strong has her thing where she's Twitter blasting and she's talking to everybody that way. But you have what was that?
She tweets a lot.
Oh, she
She's a
does.
lot.
She tweets a ton.
I don't have Twitter, but that's
Yeah.
how much I know.
Yeah.
That she tweets
Well,
a lot.
I love Twitter and Facebook, and I try to respond to everybody just like Tara does.
Mm-hmm.
But I do do many different styles of music. I released my album last night.
Woo!
My concert where the fans were fantastic. They were jumping up and down and singing along. It was so much fun. Unfortunately, we had to cut it short, but it was still really, really fun. And my album is selling on iTunes and CD Baby and Amazon. And there's a track produced by Living Tombstone. There's tons of tracks produced by Amanda Pony. There's one produced by Daniel Ingram, and then one totally spiced up and made special by Stephen Andrews, who's a co-composer on the show beside Daniel. So let's check it out.
Okay.
What's the album called?
It's called Michelle Creber, Timeless Songs of a Century, and portion proceeds, goes to Because I'm a Girl, which is a fantastic movement to help young women and girls in third world countries to play.
Put it up more. Seriously, I'm just saying.
You're gonna have a sweetie
Just
apple.
hold it like
this. Change of seating.
And it gets dramatic.
I had to.
It's been worse than that. She was calm about that one. She just got up and left. Last time. Huge fight.
Yeah,
Blood
it's a long day. You know, you got this is probably like one of the last few like little hits you get before you can finally like detox and relax and maybe go hit up the dealers is going to close, but you know, finally wrap it up for the con.
Yeah.
I think what we can do, we'll take a few if there's any good questions you guys have. I'll add one. There's a lot of VAs and you know that you've met today or that you've met as in the production of the show. Are there any of them that you look up to, or you enjoy their style or the way that they work? Do you interact with them a lot or at all?
Well, I look up to all of them, to be honest. I mean, and my dad also. Like, he's a voice actor, and I get so much experience from all of them, and it's really great. And getting so much like enthusiasm from them.
My mic isn't on.
Because you turned it off.
Click it. I'll click it up. All right, there you go.
Is that better?
You'll be fine.
Wow.
We'll see.
I literally just looked at it. It said off.
Well, that'll be fine.
Anyways.
Em
Sorry, what were you saying?
will
It
figure
was
stuff
an
out.
inspiration moment, and you ruined it. Anyways, so yeah, like I said, it's just it's great having all the inspiration from all the grown-up voice actors, not just in MLP, but in anything else that I really do.
And I look up to all the voice actors, but in particular, Ashley Ball, because she is a voice actor and she's also in Hey Ocean, and it's one of my favorite bands. And I love music.
love her music.
And I'd love to be in a band someday, and she just inspires me so much.
You guys should get together.
There we go. Quick level change.
Just saying I could be the drummer.
What's their concert?
Oh yeah, she's an awesome
No, I'm
drummer.
just kidding. Okay.
Well, I went to their Hey Ocean concert. June? Yeah, it was June.
Was it June? Okay.
And Maddie was there too with her friend, and it was so awesome. The advanced beats that they have, I love that kind of really tricky, complicated music. That was really yeah, I'm speechless.
I already used that one.
I know
You can't use that.
did.
That
But
card
I
was
realized-
taken.
So much fighting after a few days of it. Oh,
It's like sisters.
and just right back off of
It
each
is.
other. Let's see. Let me check with this. There was a question. Let's see. I'm trying to find it a little bit up here. Timo Warner actually was curious for Claire. Since as you've been kind of progressing and moving with this, Sweetie Belle has just a definitive like the squeak and everything that goes along with it that kind of defines the character.
It's unintentional. It is.
That it is probably one
Whenever
of the neatest
I
characteristics.
hit that, it's like I'm speaking like this is my bar, okay? This is where I get high, and then what? This is the high voice bar. Okay, this is the top, and then there's this much above it, and if I go above that while I'm speaking, it turns out to be a squeak. You're making grape juice? Like it just happens because I go too high.
You know why?
Sounds
She's
so
high
weird.
on cookies.
We do have cookies.
That is so true, actually.
Tabitha's cookies.
This is what she does
Oh,
when
yes.
she has cookies.
No. Michelle, it's actually worse than that. I was hopping through the stands like a little frog. I was going like this. Wait.
She would scream, but she'd probably break the internet.
I would, because we already
This is a
popped their
great show,
voices
by
with
the
the
way.
CMC thing. Maybe.
Oh,
Oh, no, you're good. You're good.
Michelle!
That's fine. It's just a pair of headphones.
Oh my, Michelle, you wreck everything. Michelle, I don't like you, Michelle. Michelle, I don't like you. I don't know what's happening.
No, it's fine.
Here's Morse code.
Wearing checkered pants. That's something.
Are we having a moment here?
We're not having a moment.
What we have
I'm wearing
moments.
checkered pants.
24/7 actually. Every hour is a moment.
Uh,
What? That didn't make sense.
let's see.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh, I understand. Tell you what, we'll take just a few more because I know you guys need to detox and just kind of, and you guys have been on it for probably the past 3 hours
Detox.
or so. So,
Yeah, we're just running out of energy for questions.
no, I totally.
You like questions. I like questions.
What?
Yeah.
What did you?
Michelle, I don't like you. What?
You guys can totally just sit here and have fun with the mics for the next 45 minutes. That's fine, but I'm sure your parents would want to.
I'm getting hungry.
Sorry.
They're gonna want dinner.
Parents.
No, it's fine, totally. Let's see. Let me see if I can find. Okay, here's one that I actually had. So, how do you end up balancing? I don't know if any of you have like tutors or how you end up like balancing between school and voice acting, or doing any of the of your work between taking care of your studies and things like that.
Well, we also have extracurricular activities too, which is another point to bring up. I play soccer.
Yeah.
I'm on a silver team. And also, of course, I'm a voice actor, but I'm in school. I'm going into grade 8, so it's going to get harder and harder from here on, obviously, because grades go up. But
You would be on the gold team if you didn't have to stay that day on set of Smart Cookies.
oh, that's another story. I'll tell you later. 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 I will tell you later. Anyways,
What position you play?
striker.
Oh, there you go.
And also, I'm just starting to do on-screen acting too. So me and Michelle did Smart Cookies together, which was really fun. And I got a.
Bro Pinky.
Sorry, we made that up. And
That's
so
gonna be
it's
me.
really
That's
it's
gonna
really
be
hard. Seriously, all you need is a schedule, though.
Grab this.
All you need is a schedule, though. To be honest, like I'm really bad at scheduling, so I have to have props to my parents, mostly my mom, though, because she gets the emails. She emails me. I'm like, okay. I don't really do anything with them. I'm just like nothing. And then she puts them in her calendar, and I procrastinate so much. Like I really need to start doing proper calendar things, because then I'll just ruin my life.
Well, I do have something for you. It looks like some of the people in the stream. We've got some speed artists inside of here. So one of our friends, Tetrapony, who's super cool, has drawn something up. Let's see. And there you go. Hold on, let me put that.
so good.
Let me put
When
that
did you
up.
draw this?
Just drew it for you.
Wait, what's his name?
Tetrapony.
Tetrapony?
Tetrapony, you
Tetrapony?
are awesome.
That is really good.
Tetrapony? I really like your mane!
Super awesome. So there
That
you
is
go.
amazing.
Yeah, he speed draws a lot of stuff for our show. He actually we had Andrea in here a little while before. He actually speed drew something for her as well, so she had to leave a little bit before. He draws a bunch of silly images like you can see here. So yeah, it's not listed yet.
What is his name?
Tetrapony, just right up
Tetrapony,
here at the
right
top.
there, Michelle.
Tetrapony.com.
I'm sorry. I'm
No.
out of it.
Nah, it's fine.
Pony, you are awesome.
I don't like Michelle.
Okay, I have a challenge for you.
Here. Bring it to the mic. Make sure that he hears
Wait,
this.
Can you please?
Hold the mic closer.
Okay.
She's like, can you
I'm
please?
so used to just talking when I'm singing or on stage, and this is just weird to.
Yeah, we sadly don't have stands this time, so.
That's fine.
Well, okay. What was my challenge? Oh yeah. Okay. Can you draw a picture of me, Claire, and Maddie as our pony?
Oh, yes, please do that.
And
Make sure I have
stuck in
longer
the air.
hair.
I
Sorry.
mean, with our hooves in the air, and our little pinkies going like this.
Our pinkies for bro pinkies.
So, okay.
Have pinkies.
Yeah, how would you do pinky? How would you do hoof pinkies?
No.
Like a
Wait.
lump, like a-
Are you saying draw like Sweetie Belle, Scootaloo, and Apple Bloom
Or like
as humans, or are you saying us as ponies?
No, our characters.
I don't understand. This is why Michelle is Michelle.
Just draw everything.
I know, but then,
like, just like split the whole versus like this little section.
Oh! There's a little chip there. Oh no! Rarity's gonna be so mad at you.
how about just?
It's totally fine. All right, tell you what. Let's go ahead and do
Why?
this. You three. I think that we got snacks and stuff. And I think we can go ahead and just clear this up. Is there any particular projects or anything that you guys are doing? And we can go ahead and push this. Anything you want to go ahead and push forward?
Speedy and stretch, speedy and stretch, stretch and speedy, speedy and stretch. Sorry, that was really quick. I am useful. Once, probably. But
Okay, Speed and Stretch is a variety comedy show online on YouTube, and you can. Okay, wait.
I'm a cow.
What?
that was like a little intermission to like fix your dirt mistake. Anyways, continue. Continue.
What?
Continue.
Ermagerd.
No, just continue.
It's a comedy variety show with myself and my friend Natalie Sharp, featuring Andy Stein, also known as Mondo Tony.
Tell you what, take this one. I think that one's off for some reason.
Michelle.
Okay, we'll switch them.
Ermagerd.
There you go.
No, it doesn't work.
I said Ermagerd.
No, I can
No,
see
you
it.
said
Do it.
Ermaderp. That doesn't work.
Ermaderp.
Anyways, I am cow. Continue.
Exactly. Is feature. It also has Claire in it, which is awesome, and we will in future be having Maddie on it. Her schedule was too busy for these first 4 episodes, but
Maddie is a busy person. We all are.
it's true.
But she's
true.
the busiest. For that one moment.
I would put my arms there, but they might get
my
squished.
shoulder. Okay.
I might be like double hitting. It's like double hitting, like slapping your shoulder and then
Okay.
smacking your head.
Stop this madness. And Speedy and Stretch is me and Natalie, and trying to entertain you in different forms of funny material, and it is
Long
filmed-
sketches, short sketches, music,
and
funniness.
little like
All the
mini-
Michelle
mini
and
ep-
Natalie things
like
that you
mini
want to
shorts.
see.
You know what I mean? Like just kind of like recurring
Like
things.
Saturday Night Live sort of thing, right?
No, not that's like
Well, like
very,
little sketches, like
but
from-
that's not what Saturday Night Songs is.
no, I'm saying Saturday Night Live.
Oh, okay.
She's not listening to a word I
am
say.
so
She's zoning out. She's
tired. I'm distracted by your checkered pants. Just like, it's like
you already used that once. Once again,
you guys,
use that
so
card.
you have a
It's just
variety
so
show.
Right. You guys don't
I'm
see
Apple
me here,
Bloom
but
from
they're
now
like,
on.
Yeah.
Because you can't speak.
Okay, so you got this. You got the variety show.
in the face.
So you got the variety show that you're working on that, and any other. You're definitely still doing some more music work on EFR.
Yep. And my album, I think I just talked about my album.
Yeah,
I don't
you
remember.
did.
I don't remember a single thing. Wait, what was I talking about?
Well, that's fine. Well, I'll tell you what.
No, I'm joking. I don't remember a single thing about what we
Wasn't
said
funny.
this episode of this show.
That's fine.
So.
Well, that's fine. Madeleine, are you doing anything at this time? Or you have anything that you are pushing forward, or anything you're interested in or doing?
Nothing in particular, really. Like, oh yeah, I'm working on Martha Speaks right now.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, I've started that like 5 years ago, and it's like still, it's been off and on, and it's up again for another
Because you
season.
have a great voice, that's why.
Well, thank you.
Oh, look how nice that is. Getting that
And
on
I
there.
still don't like Michelle. I'm just kidding. I love you, Michelle.
Oh.
I love you. I love you.
All right, and Claire, anything else on your end, or besides the variety show as mentioned?
Nope.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I'm not really doing anything, but focusing on school because it's coming up, right?
Okay.
Dang it.
All right. Well, tell you what. If you want, we have sodas and we have drinks. You feel free to grab some on the way out. We do have cookies. Just to warn you, we do have cookies.
If
Yeah.
her mother says it's
If it's okay and you are allowed.
What time is it? Reaction? She's like, what time is it?
Yeah.
Do you mind if I?
It's about 5, I think. Yeah. 5.
Yep.
That is so not how you
that
turn
what-
that on.
Oh.
I'm not gonna have a cookie. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right. That's fine.
It is 4:57.
Tell you what, we will
Group hug.
permit that if
After
she
this.
so says, you can have some maybe for later.
Whose phone is that?
Yeah, that's mine.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. All right.
If you
well,
want to do a if you
go
want
ahead.
to do like a drawing of this too, we're gonna do a group hug, and you can do the same with the Kmart Crusaders. Ready? Okay. 1. Wait.
Oh, okay.
1, 2. Wait, this is off. Okay. 1, 2.
Yay, and they're all cheering. All right, thank you very much, you three. Go get you some rest. Go have yourself a good day and have a good final few hours at the
She had
con.
to stay up till 2:30 in the morning signing her epic CDs.
2:41.
I turned it off.
Yeah,
2:41.
she calculated
It's still off.
exactly. All right, go ahead. Listen.
And then I woke up at 7:40.
Just nobody. You did?
5.
I woke up at 7:15.
I woke up at 7:50.
What is wrong with you people? All right. Well.
All right,
Okay.
go ahead. The good one is great having you three on, and thank you very much to mothers and handlers.
We are sorry for our
Appreciate-
derps and our tiredness and our ridiculousness.
We are so sorry.
We're actually very good friends in real life.
You probably just stayed for the beginning 3 seconds.
No. There's still, I believe, 100 is that either 43 or 63
Let's
watching
do
right now.
goodbye from the CMCs. Ready?
Okay.
Bye.
Oh yeah, thank you. Okay.
Wait. Turn it off for a second.
Song.
Wait. Oh, yeah.
Should we say? What should we say? We should say.
Okay.
Okay.
Yay.
Okay. 1,
2, 3.
Goodbye, every pony! Yay! Yay! I forgot! Oops! She derped again. Oh, come on! This time I'm gonna push her head down.
All right, thank you three very, very much. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye, guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I bother you for just 1 second?
Yep. Thank you. All right, thank you very much. It's now email time. You can always email across to us on the show, and we can read those emails on the show if you send them to bronyville@gmail.com. Please do keep them smaller if you'd like them to be read on the show, because large emails usually have to be truncated down and are harder to put in. I will go ahead and start first. Sandy will get second. If we will go ahead, Game Buddy, I have highlighted an area of red for you, and I have blue highlighted for Cyberlink down below that, if you two wouldn't mind reading off those particular areas when we get to them.
Ish.
Okay.
All right, I'll go ahead and start this. Dear Apple Cider and Chef Sandy, just a short email. I meant to send a thank you for the buttons many months ago, but I'm quite forgetful. So here's a photo of my 2 custom Bronyville ponies and your autographs. The Underwood pony. P.S. Twilight Sparkle is statistically best pony. Rainbow Dash is okay. Discord is second best villain after Kane, who lives in death. And the Underwood has created custom little versions of Chef and I.
It's really cute, and I've included the picture in the show notes, and also you have seen it popping up on the stream video.
Yes, and then they include the little signature pad. I actually, while you were over here, I probably should have grabbed you and had us do some more of those little signature things. That way we could send them out.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll have to figure that out next time we're all grouped together. Most likely next time you come over here to the California.
Like January.
Something like that. Yep, no biggie. All right, but yes, super cool. Those look awesome. I have to wonder the process to actually do that hand painted. That's a lot. That's a lot of love to make us little ponies.
Oh, I've done customs before. It can be a very grueling process.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of love put into those.
Yep. All right. We'll definitely go check that out. That's over on the show notes. You can find that over at bronyvillepodcast.com. Just click on the show notes on the episode and you will see cute pony. All right. Let's see. Tick, tick, tick down. Sheffers, your turn. You got a big one.
Yes. It's intentional. Dear Bronyville crew, thank you again for all the great podcasts, especially the ones from the cons. Thanks for doing all that for us out here who don't have the means to go. Things like that make me feel like I'm really involved in the fandom. Many hugs. We have acquired many hugs. Huzzah.
Yay! This email's good.
But-
we can skip the rest of this part though.
Oh no.
But
No.
This is good.
Oh.
I wanted to comment on something that was mentioned in a previous podcast about Applejack. Applejack is my favorite pony, and I guess I get all riled up when I hear all the negative stuff about her. But I'm not going to argue with you about her greatness because that's just silly. You just like what you like, and that's cool.
Okay.
What I'd like to comment on is how you described AJ's stories as being AJ is stubborn, and then her friends help. The Apple family might lose their farm, and then her friends help. Applejack leaves town, and then her friends help. While these things are a theme, you've completely ignored how Twilight Sparkle's story are exactly the same.
No.
Twilight moves to Ponyville and completely freaks out.
No.
Twilight plans a visit for Celestia and completely freaks out.
Maybe.
Twilight needs to learn a friendship lesson and completely freaks out.
Kind of.
With Twilight having a future vision and she completely freaks out.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's more than that, but you get the idea. I'm not saying her freakouts were unwarranted, but you have to admit that Twilight Sparkle is pretty predictable and has the fewest faces to her personality. And that's my phone going off. But I am pretty sure she has to be since she is essentially the narrator. But themes are pretty constant. Pinky will always be crazy and party. Fluttershy will always be shy until something pushes her over the edge and not be shy, which tickles me pink, predictable but cute. But picking on Applejack because she has the same theme as the others is lame. But then again, it's just a show. I should probably just relax. Thanks again for being so open with the fandom. We really like interacting with cool folks like you. Brohoof Velociraptor. Velociraptor.
I think some interesting points were raised there.
I wish to rebut.
Can I share a quick theory I have about Applejack
Go
and why
for it.
she hasn't really had? Because I agree, I don't think she's had her big episode story that you can point to that the other characters have.
Correct.
But I think I know why she's not as classically popular. Is that Applejack, aside from her southern accent, which isn't a big deal to me, I've heard that all my life, isn't as flamboyant as the other characters. You think of Pinkie Pie and Rarity and even Rainbow Dash and Twilight with her freakouts and Fluttershy. Is she's probably, her personality is the most adult of the other ponies. Is that, like, Rarity has her own boutique, but she's also very, she has that personality that's very, very over the top. Applejack has her family that she takes care of, and it's very, her lessons usually deal with some more mature problems. Like, I rewatched Last Roundup just last night, and Applejack's fear of failure is kind of an adult fear. It's not just, oh, I don't want to disappoint my friends. The mayor is counting on her to bring back that money. I mean, that's kind of like you're running a family, you're worried about providing. And so I think sometimes it doesn't come across as whimsical as the other cartoon ponies.
Mm-hmm. I had you go ahead first and I'll add in.
That was pretty much it.
Okay.
And just other things like Applebuck season is that you could look at it, and I don't like to overanalyze too much, but you could look at it as her integrity was being challenged and she's trying to live up to herself, and she put that above actually fulfilling her obligations.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of ties into Super Cider Squeezy 6000 is that she didn't actually take time to do any kind of good job.
Yeah, and I said I like Applejack. I have only recently taken into the silliness of everybody calling her background pony because that's pretty harsh. But it's just the silliness. I actually had an interesting idea that kind of feeds into this entire thing of background pony. If they actually did an episode where it's just like, oh yeah, Applejack, we were going to invite you to do this awesome thing, but you're all busy with the farm, or that there's all this stuff that's going on around, and Applejack just ends up not being able to do it because of her sameness. But but then somehow because of that, she's got the opportunity and the ability to actually help out when it becomes necessary. Like, she's so reliable to the point that people just kind of dismiss it and be like, oh, we're gonna, we're gonna figure out how many ice cream sundaes we can eat. No, I'm good. I'm gotta manage this. Okay. And then everybody else gets themselves in trouble by, doing all these ridiculous things.
Yeah, that would be interesting. Kind of the antithesis of Applebuck season of everybody takes it for granted, and when Applejack isn't there, people freak out a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Well, and that was kind of the beginning of the last roundup, where it was really where they were just like, AJ's not here. Oh crap! Just like and then everything goes crazy.
And I think the only reason that last roundup isn't guarded as Applejack's episode is obviously the other cameo that happens for about 45 seconds at the beginning of that one.
Yep.
Just to address the elephant-sized pony in the room.
Yeah. I will say, yes, Twilight's usual thing is that she does freak out a lot. And I do enjoy that about her character. I just think that I think that my catch up is the fact that that AJ is the most dependable and reliable of ponies, and as I said, as the most dependable and reliable of ponies, all of her things to end with, and then her friends help.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with themes. I think that shows how strong the characters are, and that when they do work in character development, like Rainbow Dash and Fluttershy and even Rarity and just about every major character in season 2, when you work in like a life event, like in Baby Cakes or Sweet and Elite, that sticks around, that doesn't get tossed aside by the next episode. At least I don't think so. I'm sure there's some cynical people who'd make that argument.
Yeah, well, at least she's not Rainbow Dash, so.
Ouch.
Pow. All right, we got that. Okay, if we'll go ahead and move on before Sandy enjoys that burn too much. All right, Game Buddy, let's go ahead. Yours is in red.
Okay. Apple Cider, Sandy, Starry Night, and guests. Sniffle, while my daughter and I had a mutual oh my gosh moment when we heard you read my letter out, she did point out that both then and when you read my iTunes rating, you called me Gary, not Gray. G to the R to the E to the Y. Yours, Gray Randall / Bakora Samanji with a silent M, I think.
All right, Gary. Nah, sorry, Gray.
Only if his rival is Ash. Come on.
Is this burn AC day? Just like AC,
Yes.
AC is
now.
mean to AJ, and he doesn't say things right. And whatever.
AC is full of words, but bad at it.
Sometimes says.
Time to start sending out Burn AC Day Facebook invites.
Watch the day that Cider got roasted.
Roast.
Toasty.
All right, so I am sorry there, Gray. And yes, that is very cool. Thank you for the iTunes rating and everything on that. Okay, let's see. Moving on. Cyberlink, you will get the blue.
I shall.
And all right, go ahead. Never mind.
Hello to AC, Chef, and most importantly, Star. I would just like to send a quick note to let you know how much my 16-year-old and I love to listen to your podcast. I've even started listening to you at work. You help keep me focused while laughing. That is all. Just wanted to show our appreciation. Deanna, favorite pony Pinkie Pie, favorite episode Hurricane Fluttershy, close second to season 2 finale. Alicia, the 16-year-old, favorite pony Fluttershy, close second is Luna, favorite episode Return of the Elements of Harmony. And for fun, although she does not listen to the podcast, my 5-year-old Alexis, favorite pony, Princess Cadence, favorite episode, Canterlot Wedding, of course. Thank you again so much, Deanna.
That is super cool.
Yeah, this is the kind of stuff that we like to hear, because we like the show to be all ages, and the fact that parents are listening to it with their kids, is really cool. That it can be a multi-generational thing, because we had that happen at Evergreen Northwest, and we really liked it, and we like hearing that. Hey, we're totally completely safe that you can listen to us with your kid, and you're not going to hear anything.
Hello, Deanna.
I'm definitely on the same page as you guys. Like when we did our panel at Youmacon last year for F and Camaraderie, like we had so many great experiences with the fans just telling us how much our show means to them, how much we make them laugh, that kind of thing. And it really just warms your heart to see that the kind of stuff you do really does make a difference in people's lives. So we're very happy for that.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm just, when you get to interact, when people send you messages, or like you said, at a panel in person, somebody says, I mean, on the grand scheme of things, we do parodies and podcasts and stuff based on other people's things that other people like. And I mean, just for somebody to say, hey, I enjoyed this, you guys do a good job. That's a big thing. So yeah. Thank you to everyone.
Absolutely.
Yes. First off, I do want to say thank you, Deanna, Alicia, and Alexis for sending that. That is super awesome of you guys. I do have to also say that I always find it like the most like. Have any of you ever had the fan that came up to you and is all shaky excited? Like that's like the most odd yet cute thing of just like, yes. Oh my God, I'm with this famous person. And you're just like, it's just, do you know I'm a huge dope. Like
I've been that fan more times than I can count.
Somebody at Youmacon asked us to sign, I thought it was a Tails hat. And I just stared at her for a couple of seconds, just thinking, why? Why do you want me to sign?
It was surreal.
Yeah, it was. So yeah, those are you got to always keep that in perspective.
Yeah, it's very interesting. So, yeah, so thank you, Deanna, Alicia, and Alexis, even though she's not listening. Very cool to have you guys email in, and glad that you enjoy the show. All right, let me move on to this next one. Dear AC and Chef Sandy, I am a 12-year-old brony, soon to go to 7th grade, but I'm afraid to show that am a brony because rumors go around a lot there. I would like some advice and also would like to know any pony merch I could buy. Thanks a lot, Natalia. P.S. Do you know when the next BronyCon is? I would like to get tickets ASAP.
Goodness.
Let's do the easy question. When is the next BronyCon? Soon.
Very descriptive.
August next year. They haven't set a date yet.
Yep.
Yeah, it says summer 2013. That's it.
Summer is a long time. That is a year.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so that's when next BronyCon. It's not announced yet. As for wearing Brony merch, just do it.
Yeah. If you're going into 7th grade, the pony thing is obviously very popular on the internet. It doesn't take anybody very long to Google it or run across it. And judging by the name, if you are a girl, there is a lot of pony merch, which is totally,
yeah.
I'd say completely uncontroversial for you to wear.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to go around with the Rainbow Dash shirt with the big words Brony on it. You don't have to. You don't have to choose that one. It's just like, by the way, this is what I is. You can choose one of the ones like the Nouveau shirts or something like that. That's a little bit more subtle.
Or even
if you
something
so wish.
like that.
The belts.
Those belts that are Hot Topic.
Yeah, they're the seatbelt style that have, they have Fluttershy one and a Doctor Who's one.
Or even We Love Fine has some really nice looking but subtle designs too. That new Starry Night with Twilight is a cool looking shirt, and you kind of have to do a double take before you realize there's a purple pony there.
Yeah.
See, this is the number one piece of advice I could give to anyone going through middle or high school right now is if somebody goes, "Ooh, you like that?" The correct answer is roll your eyes, shrug, and say, "Yeah, so what?" Whatever.
But stop liking what I don't like.
Oh, but that's weird. Yeah, whatever. Okay, I'm not going to be like you, I guess. Goodbye.
But again, if they were also looking at some beginner merch or toys to start with, you can't go wrong with the blind bags. And they're cute little plastic figures that there's not a huge investment in. I think they're like $2 around most places.
They're about 3, and they're cute little pocket-sized pony things.
Small plastic equines. Yeah,
Yep.
I don't see it as being a bit. Now, it could be one of those weird things where it's like it's between the realm of like, not is just a little bit too young for it to be cool and part of the original age range, but not entirely part of the, what many of us eldered bronies would consider part of the bronies. But, I consider it totally fine. Just don't be as afraid of it, and just be like, just as long as you're not running around, you're running through PE with a giant Rainbow Dash flag going like, bronies, woo! I think you'll be all right.
My Saturdays.
Just crashing through all the soccer matches at your local Y, just like,
I have 12 restraining orders.
Oh God!
Might want to leave your cosplay pinky ears at home.
He's
when it comes
back.
to school time.
Oh, he's back again.
So, moving on.
I guess, sure.
You're going to
we're
give
gonna
this
get
poor
invited
girl
back.
conflicting ideas.
Pinky Paw!
It's what I'm best at.
Moving on to the last email of the day, as we move ever closer to the Zakora prize roll.
Yes. Rolling.
I've got my dice ready. Woo! All right. Hey, Apple Cider, Sandy, Starry Night, and whatever awesome guests you have this week. I've been wanting to write in for a while now and just decided today was the day. I just went to YouTube and started watching some of the recordings from Everfree Northwest, and I've got to say I really wish I came. I live in Ontario. I remember AC saying that it's just across the lake from here, but unfortunately my family wouldn't like it if I went to cons. I'm still a bit of a closet brony. Besides, they're a bit overprotective of me, so they'd think someone kidnapped me, which is, at least in my opinion, crazy. Kind of is. Anyways, I've been wanting to create some music for the fandom for a while now, but I've been struggling to figure out how to make a song. Do you have any advice to help me out? Someone or something I could get some info tips on how to make some music from? I think I have a talent with music, but it comes to putting it into actual song, it gets difficult for me. Also, how long do you think the fandom would survive if, Celestia forbid, the show ended and there were no new episodes ahead of us? Do you think there might be a Generation 5? Thanks for everything you do for the fandom. Sincerely, Code Wolf. P.S. Fluttershy is best and cutest pony. Your arguments are invalid.
Dag.
Winky smile face.
See. The whole everybody from the internet is a predator. Not really true. I mean, that's how my parents did when I was 16 and meeting people from the internet. And that was actually that was 13 years ago.
Yeah, that's a little outdated.
That's just stranger danger of just like people will talk to you at the internet. Oh no.
Like the thing about the internet nowadays is that everybody's on Facebook or Twitter or whatever social media. So if there was ever anything to happen, like everybody has their information out there, even if they don't realize it. So it's easy to just trace it back to a person if you know what you're doing to try hard enough. So everybody's sort of accountable for their actions. So you don't see that kind of thing happening quite as much anymore.
Yeah, I mean that's it's just a little weird of just like they'll kidnap you
and take your organs and sell you to China and whatever else. But anyways,
Charlie.
Oh geez, come on guys. All right.
You do have a convention is up in called BronyCon, which might be up closer to you.
Yep.
Coming in 2013. As for where do you go to create some music, you go to My Little Remix. They are pretty much the go-to guys for mixing music in the community.
Yep.
And if you ask nicely, I bet they would help you out.
Yeah, I'd recommend. I've just been seeing lately some well-known musicians that do pony music. Alex S, Odyssey, Travis Odyssey, Eurobeat Brony, and Pinkie Pie Swear have been posting a lot of how and advice questions on their Tumblrs. From everything from what programs they use to some good places to start out to just general musician life advice. And I'm not a musician, but even as a creative force, I can appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean, and they'll have like some options for you of like, well, what kind of music are you looking to make? Are you looking to do electronica? Are you looking to do more traditional music? You know, most likely if you're kind of jumping into this the first time, I think a lot of the assumption is, just grab Fruity Loops and go. And that's totally a valid way to go, but it's good to have some people there and some people that you can kind of bounce ideas off, and they'll tell you, Fruity Loops is a good way to start if you want to make every song sound like it was made in Fruity Loops. So it's I know that from hearing a whole bunch of artists complain. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely go. I'd probably say my little remix, and you bring up some good points of tumblers for a lot of the other guys. I'm sure they've all had a bunch of questions come their way about how to jump into the music fray, and they'll probably have some good input on that. Also, how long will the fandom survive if they ended it? Well,
first of all, we should say that Generation 5 will happen. My Little Pony's been around for 30 years. There's no question that it's going to keep going even after Friendship is Magic ends.
Yes, but would it be the same kind of thing? Would it be the CMCs have grown up and, now the main six are all old, decrepit ponies and...
I don't know if it would be a... direct continuation. Like Hasbro prefers to reboot their different franchises, do different takes on them every couple of years or so. There's been countless Transformers incarnations, G.I. Joe, Pound Puppies, all that stuff. But I'm certain that there will be more Pony. It might not be the same tone as we have for Friendship is Magic. And I think that ultimately whether the community continues to thrive as much as it does depends on the tone of the new show, whether it catches on with people. But even if it doesn't continue to the same extent that it does today, like I'm sure that there will still be a sect of hardcore Brony fans who will continue to sort of preach the word of Generation 4, just like Sonic fans still have Sad fans to this day, or Transformers
Sada was good, all right.
Hey, with us, it's always going to come back to Sonic. I profusely apologize.
Sad good, underground bad.
Oh, don't say it. No.
Yes.
Oh.
Sad am good, underground bad.
Hallelujah.
Why are they singing? No, stop singing. No.
Why is it back on Disney XD?
Why are the three main characters all sound like the same person voiced acted them? Because it was.
Joe Jaleel White.
Did I do that?
No.
Yes. Mega Shark versus Crocosaurus.
We're moving on. No.
But
yes.
But just that last bit as far as the G4 fandom, and if there, I definitely think there will be something new eventually. I think on if it continues to garner this crazy following from all walks of life depends on how much they're willing to keep that same creative spirit that I think Lauren Faust went into, saying that, above all, even if this cartoon is on its bare essentials a 22-minute toy commercial, you go in to make a good show.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
And this kind of meta relationship we have with the cast and crew that are on Twitter and the voice actors and the conventions and the interaction we've seen from guys like Jason Thiessen and Tara Strong and all the writers, I think that's contributed to it a lot, that they know we're out there, they're willing to interact, and it kind of feels like on a grand scale this kind of this big internet family that all revolves around this show. And I think depending on what you do with a new incarnation, you could either continue that or just kind of toss that out. But yeah, I think there will be a new one, and whether or not it's has that same Big Bang moment depends on too many factors to name.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, it's the I've started picking up like a few choice random episodes of Adventure Time, and that's popular, and it's got its little fan base, but it's obviously not as crazy and insane as the Bronies are. And I was trying to kind of like put exactly what pieces of it were that like what made it where it felt like a bigger, more involved world. And it was just kind of the things of, it does feel like always that there are someone over there doing something that does not involve the main cast. Like somewhere, a whole bunch of other stuff is happening that, is completely, that we don't even see people who are related into the show. Like one kind of point I had a little bit earlier today was the entire fact that Twilight came in for the race. She came in what? Third or fifth? Sixth. And we never get to see who got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Mm-hmm. It's just like these other people won. The only care, we never got to see who actually won in the last roundup, but, AJ came in second. So there's just like, there is this bigger world of, well, there are other people and other very successful, ponies out there that are doing things. And it's one of the things where the main 6 aren't always first.
Yeah, it doesn't. The universe does not revolve around them, even if we do spend most of our time with them. Mm-hmm. Right. And I think that's a good thing, because like you said, Adventure Time that's a whole land that they've built up, a whole world, and they move around that show, and it is a comedy based show. But they at one point they did say they decided they interject these. I would say solid dramatic storylines. And I don't think a show like Adventure Time suffers for that. I think it builds upon that. So I agree with that. This establishment of a world, I think, is one of the most important things in a good show, especially a cartoon. Yeah,
it's the difference between having something like Ponies or Adventure Time and having Strawberry Shortcake.
Yeah. Right. And I think Hasbro realizes that, because when they find something like that really works in the series, they carry that over to the later incarnations. Like going back to Transformers, the original Generation 1 show does not hold up super well. They'll introduce new robots at random just for the sake of selling toys, and it's very much a 22-minute toy commercial. But when they got around to Beast Wars, they really just sort of concentrated on one little ragtag group of 4 or 5 robots and sort of the stories they tell. And by focusing on them, they can really develop them as characters and really flesh them out. But at the same time, you realize that they're just one small part of a much larger universe. And that sort of carried over to later incarnations like Transformers Animated and Transformers Prime, where it's still that one small group who are part of a much larger conflict. And it's just something that's really worked well for them in the past. And I think that when they go back to the drawing board for Generation 5, they're going to take a look at what was really successful about Friendship is Magic, and they're going to want to try and continue as much of that as they can without just retreading the exact same ground.
Mm-hmm. Yep, all really good points on that. Okay, so let's do this. Let's go ahead and move forward. Thank you all for your emails on that. And as said, you can find all the notes on this and all the emails, and send us emails over at bronyville@gmail.com, and you can find the show notes at bronyvillepodcast.com. It's time to go through our iTunes reviews, to go through the donators, and also for Sandy to roll a die.
Yes.
I will go ahead and read these off. 5-star iTunes Bronies. We are at 711 ratings. Thanks very much to Morrisru. Morrisosu. That works. And also, thanks a ton to the donators this week that are in the drawing to get this Zakora. That will be Jeremy B., Emily J., Ronnie J., Eric E., Nicholas M., Sarvan B., James B., Craig W., and Michael L. Warm up that dice.
All right, I have all the names on a list.
Oh.
Ooh.
I want to hear that. I want to hear that dice roll across the floor, or not the floor, but the table. It's being shuffled. It's rolled, and
James B.
Yay! James B. All right, I was looking on the list. I was like, was James B. on there? Yes, James B. All right, James, send us an email over at bronyville@gmail.com and say, hey, I'm James B. I won the Zakora thing. We'll check and make sure that it goes along with the donation, and we'll send you a Zakora. Very cool. Awesome. So, congrats. And next week, we will be giving away Trixie and a Lyra. So if you do have it, as I said, $5, please. It helps us keep the show going. And you will win yourself 2 little ponies.
Ooh.
Next week after that, I might even Parasprite you up. We'll see. But,
yeah.
Yep. All right. So that's awesome. Good job, James. And thank you all for donating and keep donating across. Starting right now, you can do that to try and get yourself a Lyra and a Trixie. It's one cool thing time, though. It is time for us to give you one really, really cool, or maybe a few more, cool links that you should go check out. I am going to inform you that the Licious craze continues. There is nothing that can stop the power of Licious. And the reason for this is that someone told us last week you had to absolutely 100% include Rainbow Licious in your list of the, well, so we've got Twilight Licious, Pinkalicious, Flutterlicious, there's now Rainbow Licious, and there's also a Apple Bloom Licious, or Applelicious that is out there. So you should check those out. They're, well, I think I could play them, but they're more fun to actually watch, and they are on YouTube. And there's a link in the show notes, so you should go check that out. That is Apple Bloomlicious and Rainbowlicious Sheffers.
All right, my one cool thing is a Kickstarter. The artist that does those really crazy cool pony stained glass things on DeviantArt, the artist's name is Alkali Amethyst. She recently had her own draw friend on Equestria Daily. Is doing a Kickstarter for double-sided coins that one side is Celestia, one is Luna, and for $15 you can totally get yourself one of the coins, or 30 for 2, and it's really cool.
And et cetera, up to 75 to get a whole set.
Yes. Now they're double-sided coins, so once, if you buy one, it still has both images on it. But if you get 2 or more, then more power to you.
You'll be
Get
ready
your
for when
friends.
ponies take over and change our currency.
Yes.
You should buy this commemorative My Little Pony coin to celebrate the times that you enjoyed My Little Pony. It's made in 100% pure metal stuff, and you can purchase it here. Just contact this number, 1-800-number to get yours today.
With an official certificate of authenticity.
And if you purchase now, I'll give you a thumbs up. Did you feel that? I just gave it to you. That's how cool it is.
Fantasy Pony.
And if you order within the next 5 minutes, you'll actually receive 2 thumbs up. That's right, 2 thumbs up for the price of 1 if you order this commemorative coin.
And a lucky winner will receive a crying eagle GIF. Just in case.
You too should celebrate your patriotism for a fictional nation with these commemorative coins.
And they sell like hotcakes. Okay, so my one cool thing is I saw on, I think it was Alex S. posted on Tumblr from General Mumble, who's a musician who's done several Brony, Pony, etc. centered albums, has decided to make all of his albums on Bandcamp for free. I think they were a couple of bucks before, but I assume I actually don't know, but they're going on a trip or something. They've had a lapse in sanity, and so all of their discography is now pay what you want, including pay zero. And it's got some really good albums on there. One of my favorite remix albums was entitled Clop, which is nothing that you would think it would be. But there's about 12, 13 tracks on there, and he's got 2 other Pony albums, I think, and I think a couple of them are not safe for work, but he's got them clearly marked. So if that bothers you, then he's got you covered. So yeah, some free music. Go expand your musical horizons.
All right, super cool. So check those out. General Mumble doing some very, very cool music, and usually a little bit of pay. But if you so wish to freeload a little bit, you can grab those there. Cyberlink, what is this VG Pawns?
VG Ponies is a series of remixes by our good friend Super Sci Guy, who basically takes classic video game music and remixes the songs and then writes new lyrics of them based on ponies. So like City Escape from Sonic Adventure 2 with Rainbow Dash, or Bloody Tears from Castlevania 2 with Rarity, that kind of thing. And
Derpy de Chocobo.
Yeah, Derpy de Chocobo is probably, I think, the most well-known. And long story short, he and I are actually going to be collaborating on the next one, which is going to be out relatively soon. Don't have an ETA on exactly. But basically, the lyrics are done. The remix itself is done. Basically, all that's left now is to get the vocal tracks sung and to get all of the animations done for the music video. So hopefully that should be out soon. And I don't want to spoil too much of it, but it is Best Pony taking on the granddaddy of all classic franchises.
Oh, cool. Twilight's going to be doing some fighting. Gotcha. All right, cool.
Rainbow Dash only had a couple songs. What is this?
Wait, huh? The fight continues. All right, super cool. All right, and we got one more little note there for the donate $5 to Bronyville to win the set of Lyra and Trixie brushables, if you so wish. And that will go ahead and do us for this week. First off, I want to go ahead and thank our super cool friends here. I want to thank both you, Game Buddy. Thank you for showing up today, sir.
Absolutely.
Cyberlink, thank you for bringing the thunder.
My pleasure.
Also, Sandy is always bringing your own constant set of thunder.
You can count on me.
Yep, most dependable of co-hosts. I need a show doc made. Okay. Yay. Thank you, Sandy.
I need you to fill the schedule for like 2 months in advance. Okay.
Use all these contacts I just dumped on you. Make a show. Yay.
Okay.
All right, and I want to thank all you super awesome fans, those in the Justin TV stream, which I am giving a free set of double thumbs up to, as well as the awesome listeners that are catching this on your respectable, either the website or catching this over on your iPod or whatever media device you are consuming a large quantity of audio. Thank you very much for listening to this show. As always, you can go ahead and check us out. You can look at the website over at BronyShow.com or BronyvillePodcast.com. Email us across at bronyville@gmail.com. You should join us roughly every Saturday on our stream and be part of this people that are saying they feel so important. And that is over on justin.tv/Bronyville Podcast, noon Pacific Daily Time on Saturdays until it becomes standard time. You know, iTunes reviews, please give us iTunes reviews. It keeps us fighting against that dog Kevin Smith and his Batman show, and we have to do whatever we can to stay up there in the ratings. So please do that.
I hate to say, you're not going to win that fight. They got the Tara Strong bump already.
I'm gonna get Tara Strong too, and we're gonna talk about Batman. I don't care if that's what it takes.
That's always what it takes.
Yep. Listen to the show over on Celestia Radio every Tuesday, 3 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 6 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and 11 p.m. UTC. If you like to hear a little bit early version in high def with the crazy folks over there at Celestia Radio, you can follow us over on Twitter. My Twitter account name is Bronyville.
Mine is Chef Sandy.
That is correct. Meetup groups, I have the Bronies of Northern California.
And I'm Brony's from Texas.
And we got conventions going up, which Sandy is going to.
Brony Fan Fest.
Yes. So we have that going up. So if you want to see Sandy and you're going to be in the, Austin area?
Austin, Texas.
Austin, Texas. I'm Chef Sandy. We got so many people that were like, that was amazing that you're my dead on Chef Sandy impression last episode when we weren't able to find you. All right, so that brings us to the end of the show. Thank you all for listening. We will be back next week with more Pony for episode number 71. But for episode number 70 of the Bronyville podcast, we are taking this to a close. Sleep well, every pony.
Adios.
Woo.
Bye.
Hit the button. Oh my God.
The button's getting hit.
It was a dark day when I lost my faith. I wasn't the pony I thought I'd be. and it seemed that no one could relate. There was nothing left for me to see, so I took a walk to the edge of the town. The thought of leaving it all behind, when I saw a little letter fall right out of the sky, as a gray mare hovered way up high. I thought I was crazy when I saw her wave, and then simply fly away. So I opened the letter and looked inside, and what was written made my day. It said, "Isn't it great to be different? Isn't it wonderful to be exactly who you are? When you learn to start accepting yourself, you'll become a shining star." To this day, the writing on that page is modeled by the tears I shed. 'Cause at that moment something inside me changed, and a bright new path I led. I ran back home and I picked up my old guitar, and I started strumming these chords, and I sang her words along with their song, and I heard someone sing along, and we sang, "Isn't it great to be different? Isn't it wonderful to be exactly who you are? When you learn to start accepting yourself, you'll become a shining star." I turned around and I saw her at my door, a cute gray mare with the wall-eyed stare. She said,
I've heard you play and sing before, and I heard a sadness I could not bear. I just wanted to tell you that the hardest thing I faced wasn't the teasing or the pain. It was convincing myself I wasn't stupid, strange, or lame, and helping others do the same.
These last few years flew by just like a blur. I'm now exactly where I should be, and I know I owe it all to her, that beautiful mare who believed in me. Isn't it great to be different? Isn't it wonderful to be exactly who you are? be different. Isn't it wonderful to be exactly who you are? When you learn to start accepting yourself, you'll become a shining star.
Isn't it wonderful?
You'll become a shining star.
Isn't it great?
When you learn to love just who